From a vampire hunter incinerating everyone who threatens his family, to the prince of all Saiyans going crazy at his wife getting hit, here's when overpowered anime character snapped. Number 8. Gabimaru snaps, Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise was the best new action anime of 2023, and one of the big reasons why was Gabimaru the Hollow, its silent but deadly protagonist. At the start of the anime, Gabimaru is built up as an overpowered assassin who for some reason wishes to die. His unkillable body, however, won't allow that to happen. Hell's Paradise then introduces us to the executioner, Asaemon Sagiri, and she makes Gabimaru realizes that it's his love for his wife that's not letting him die. Sagiri also promises Gabimaru that he will be reunited with his wife in exchange for him accompanying an expedition team of assassins to the island of Shinseikyo. There he must then successfully retrieve the fabled elixir of immortality for the shogun for any hope of freedom. On Shinseikyo, Gabimaru fights monsters as well as the other assassins who want to find the elixir first. It's during this when another executioner tells Gabimaru that if he doesn't find the elixir of immortality fast, the Iwagakure clan will be sent to get the job done. Knowing what the ruthless Iwagakure are capable of, the fear of failure, and never seeing his wife again overcome Gabimaru, he snaps, and the first thing on his mind is removing Sagiri from the equation, who has so far proven only to be a hindrance in the mission. Gabimaru cuts down Sagiri with minimal effort, and shows us all why he's the main character in Hell's Paradise. But when it's time to deliver the killing blow, he hesitates. It seems Gabimaru isn't hollow inside like the world makes him out to be. He still loves his wife dearly, and doesn't want to kill people if there isn't a need for it. Both Sagiri and Gabimaru bury the hatchet and get back to the task at hand. But one thing's for sure, Gabimaru's wife is a topic you should never bring up. Number 7. Vegetas Rage, Dragon Ball Super. We all know how chill Vegeta is when he's not training or saving the universe with Goku. Granted, Vegeta is still pissed off all day long for no reason, but in spite of that, he never loses his composure ever, except for, well, that one time when he just snapped. In the first arc of Dragon Ball Super, the 200-million-year-old god of destruction Beerus, who's bored to death, wants to fight the strongest warrior in the galaxy. You think it'd be Goku Super Saiyan 3, but Beerus whoops him in 2 punches. Now even more disappointment, Beerus goes to Earth to find other Saiyans that might be stronger, and next up is Vegeta, who happens to be at Bulma's birthday party. Being the grumpy old dude Beerus is, he causes a fuss at Bulma's party by beating up the attendees, and enraged Bulma then slaps Beerus, who then slaps her back. On witnessing this, Vegeta loses his mind and snaps. Vegeta becomes so infuriated by Beerus hitting his wife that he powers up and surpasses even Goku in strength. The god of destruction then clashes with the Prince of Saiyans and all hell breaks loose. Vegeta hurls everything he has at Beerus, and the two continue to battle it out for a good few minutes. But Beerus is the strongest character in the anime after all, and he's unfortunately able to win the duel. Luckily, Earth is saved thanks to Goku's timely plea, but if it weren't for Vegeta going god mode and holding off Beerus, everyone would definitely have become toast. Number 6. Gojo vs Toji Round 2, Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuji and Gojo are the highlights, but just about every character in Jujutsu Kaisen is written to perfection. However, there is one moment in Jujutsu Kaisen all fans agree is the GOAT, and that's Gojo vs Toji Round 2. Once Toji assassinates Riko, he collects his bounty and heads off, but that's when he notices Gojo standing in the distance. Fun fact, Tojo slit Gojo's throat like 10 minutes ago in what is another legendary battle in anime, so he's pretty confused as to how the world's strongest sorcerer is still alive. As for Gojo, he's all covered in blood and has a maniacal smile on his face. Something's clearly wrong. It's as if Gojo snapped at the thought that he couldn't protect Riko from Toji, and on top of that, this was the very first time in his life that Gojo had tasted defeat. After explaining his reverse curse technique and how he's still alive because of it, Gojo and Toji clash once again. Some of the greatest visuals in all of anime unfold on screen, and the fight is simply breathtaking. We've known Gojo is insanely overpowered from day one, but this was the first time we saw him in this crazy state. It was truly special seeing Gojo return from the dead and rip Toji into pieces. Literally, and this moment easily makes for a wonderful addition to this list of when overpowered anime characters snapped. Number 5, Richter becomes a Belmont, Castlevania Nocturne. The Belmonts are a legendary vampire hunting clan, but Richter Belmont unfortunately hasn't been able to live up to the family's reputation. After suffering another defeat from the vampires, Richter runs and finds himself in a bar across town.
The man over there says put it on his tab.
There, destiny plays its hand, and Richter meets Juice Belmont, his grandfather, who until this very moment, Richter never knew existed. Both Belmonts have a long overdue catching up just before they're interrupted by some of the ugliest vampires ever. The ugly vampires, like all other vampires, want to get rid of the Belmont plague that has been killing their kind for centuries. The Belmonts try putting up a fight, but the old-age juiced and naive Richter are overwhelmed and brought to their knees. That's when the vampires tell Richter that after they finish him off, next they'll torture and kill his sister, mother, and love interest. The memories of all the people depending on him start flooding into Richter's mind, and at that moment, he snaps and awakens a level of magical power he never knew he had. Richter effortlessly incinerates all the vampires after him, and with his newfound powers, reminds them exactly why the Belmont clan is feared by vampires in any day and age.
I was going to say something witty and cutting and brutal before I finished you off. But fuck it.
Number 4, Levi vs 100 Titans, Attack on Titan. One of the most iconic moments in anime is the riveting speech Commander Erwin gave to the Survey Corps in their battle against the Beast Titan and his army. Erwin proposed that everyone there that day lay down their lives so that Levi, aka humanity's strongest soldier, gets a clean shot at killing Zeke, who was in his Beast Titan form. Levi is known to be the most overpowered human character in Attack on Titan, and his hatred for the Titans rivals his ability to kill them. It's also no secret that Levi is bad-tempered, and anything including his comrades slacking off for a minute can infuriate him. That said, Levi is still a pretty collected individual who never loses his composure. But when Erwin suggested the Survey Corps act as a sacrificial lamb, Levi thought it was insane. He was against the idea, but seeing as everyone had already been convinced and that humanity had no other choice for victory against the Titans, Levi went along with Erwin's plan.
一人の兵士に気をつけろって？
はい、リヴァイ兵長は危険です。
こいつがリヴァイか。
As the Survey Corps marched on toward their imminent death, the Beast Titan hurled giant rocks at them. Skulls were crushed, guts flying all around, and the battlefield befell in unspoken horror.
なんで俺が今頃。
Seeing comrades he had known for ages getting killed one by one broke Levi's mind. His morality went beyond the points of no return. He snapped, and with dual blades in hand, he flanked the Beast Titan. Levi would unleash all hell on Zeke, cutting his arm off, ripping his real body out of the Beast Titan, and securing humanity a much-needed victory at Shiganshina. The shot of Levi's face bloodied is an unforgettable moment to this day, and it's definitely the most coldest example of when overpowered anime character snapped. Number 3, Dingji fights the Eternity Devil for 3 days. Chainsaw Man. Another overpowered anime character adored by fans is Dingji, the carefree, charismatic, and sometimes insane host of the Chainsaw Devil. 99% of the time, Dingji's like your average teenager in puberty. He wants to goof off all day, doesn't have a care in the world for what others think, and he's still stuck at second base. But from those 1% of instances where Dingji goes berserk, a memorable moment is when he Chainsaw Mans the Eternity Devil. You see, after Aki, Himeno, Hirokazu, Kobanai, Power, and Dingji head into a hotel where the powerful devil is presumably hiding, the devil hunters soon find themselves trapped on the hotel's 8th floor in what appears to be an endless time loop.
新井君、今階段降りていったよね。
They remain stuck on the same floor for hours, unable to find any sign of a way out. As the claustrophobia starts kicking in, the weak-willed Kobanai and Hirokazu become more and more paranoid. Shortly after this, the devil responsible reveals itself in hopes of bartering a deal. The wicked Eternity Devil would like the Devil Hunters to feed Dingji to it in exchange for a way out. While most outright refuse, Kobanai jumped on the offer and tried to stab Dingji, but Aki intervened and got shanked instead. Hours pass, and now there's a bleeding Aki lying on the bed, a worried Himeno, a paranoid Kobanai, and Power who's holding up just fine. Dingji, on the other hand, is pissed. He's so pissed at the Eternity Devil for pulling cheap tricks that he tells everyone he'll get them their freedom. Dingji transforms into the Chainsaw Man, leaps onto the Eternity Devil, and uses his chainsaws to rip the Eternity Devil apart. In the next episode, it's revealed that Dingji keeps chainsawing the Eternity Devil for 3 days straight without sleep, before the monster finally caved in and offered its heart so the torment could end. Talk about dedication. With the Eternity Devil finally dead, the Devil Hunters leave the hotel in one piece. Well, almost one piece. And after a well-deserved few days rest, they head to a restaurant to blow off some steam. That also happens to be when another legendary moment from the anime involving Dingji was born. Number 2, Aito shows his true nature, Kingen Ashura. The Kingen Annihilation Tournament is held once in a blue moon, and in it, the wealthiest companies from Japan send their strongest warriors to compete against each other to determine which of them will have control of the economy. This time, the contestants are tough, but the reigning, defending, and undefeated champion of the tournament, Kano Agito, is who everyone has their eyes on. Kano's an incredibly gifted martial artist that you could tell just from looking at him, but it wasn't until we got to see him fight that we unearthed the real monstrous power lurking behind his calmness. In the 20th episode of Kingen Ashura, Agito would face off against Naoya Okubo, the king of combat. Being the champion, everyone expected Agito to win effortlessly, but Okubo was just as skilled and swept Agito off his feet and delivered some devastating blows. One of Okubo's kicks hit Agito badly, and that's when Agito's aura shifted. When Agito got back up this time, he had a terrifying smirk on his face. Agito rushed at Okubo and unloaded a barrage full of devastating blows, and when Okubo tried to recuperate, Agito KO'd him with a punch and then finished the job with a front suplex. It was a vicious spectacle that was being displayed on screen, and it did a fantastic job of building Agito as the ultimate final boss for the King and Annihilation tournament. Number 1. Garo becomes the human monster, One Punch Man. While Saitama was the star of Season 1, it's hands down Garo who stole the show in One Punch Man Season 2. The human monster Garo was one of the feistiest characters ever, always trying to fight the strongest hero around, and surprisingly, he had the strength and wits to back his advances up. There were dozens of instances in Season 2 where Garo fought the strongest S-Class heroes, including Genos, Bang, Metal Bat, Watchdog Man, and practically the entire Hero Association. One time, he was recovering from his wounds when 8 A-Class heroes ambushed him, but somehow, Garo still managed to win. It's insane how strong Garo is, though his battle against Tank Top Master in the 3rd episode was where fans found out how overpowered he truly was. As always, Garo was out hunting for heroes when he ran into Moomin Rider and the Tank Topper army. Just as Garo was about to deliver unto them a pummeling of a lifetime, S-Class hero Tank Top Master stepped in. This was the first time we'd get to see Garo against an S-Class hero, and was it a sight to behold. Tank Top Master punched Garo with all his might, and then rushed at him with this Tank Top tackle. Garo was badly bruised and on the brink of defeat when he decided to go God mode and unleash his true power. Using his Fist of the Flowing Water style, Garo bombarded Tank Top Master with endless strikes. Garo would make quick work of Tank Top Master, and then proceeded to crush the other heroes nearby who were looking on in complete bewilderment. Every fight Garo is in, he always seems to get a few screws loose and snap. For now, that's all on when overpowered anime characters snapped. If you have any worthy entries in mind, leave a comment telling us what they are, and we'll consider adding them in our next video.